Week 1 of the 2022 season was somewhat of a mixed bag. The Bills came out with guns ablaze and made a damning statement against the reigning champs. The Colts and Texans shared a humiliating tie.
They're both losers! Losers!
And calling the Bengals and Steelers game absurd might be the understatement of the year.
From 55 yards away, Boswell! No good!
5 turnovers and the Steelers haven't managed to blow Cincinnati out of the water. It's going to be a long season for both teams if they don't turn things around, and they need to do it fast. But we're not here for those games. We're here for a higher purpose. Several weeks ago, I used the majesty of Madden 23 to determine the outcome of the Week 1 matchup of the Vikings versus the Packers. Madden, in all its majesty and might, ruled that the Vikings would dominate the game with a suffocating defense and a smash-mouth ground game. How did things look in reality?
It's away, Cousins loading up, lofting it deep, Jefferson, he's got it!
Pretty damn good. The Vikings absolutely decimated the Packers, with Justin Jefferson scorching the secondary with 9 catches for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. A performance that was so dominating that he set a Vikings all-time receiving record in the first half. In fact, by halftime he had gained more yards than the entire Packers offense. Cook had a respectable 20 carries for 90 yards, and Cousins didn't suck ass, throwing for 277 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Not bad. And how did the Packers respond to this deluge of offensive power? Not well. A combination of mental errors and a suffocating defensive stand by the Vikings crushed any hopes that Packers fans may have had for a comeback. A goal line stand smashed morale.
Nope.
And Rodgers was pancaked into the ground 4 times. Number 12 took such a beating that he even tossed up a tasty treat to Harrison Smith. Wait a minute. Have I seen something like this before? My God. Madden really can tell the future. After an incredible 23-7 victory, the Vikings will go on the road to the city of brotherly love to face the Eagles. The Eagles are flying high after surviving a shootout against the Detroit Lions. Hurts is starting to look like the real deal, accounting for a combined 333 yards. The quarterback showed amazing elusiveness and speed, as well as the ability to throw absolute darts when needed. The name of the game for Philadelphia was the run game. 3 separate running backs found the end zone, and despite the Lions managing to punch 35 points through the Swiss cheese that the Eagles called a defense, they were able to hold out and claim a 38-35 victory. Both undefeated teams are set to clash in an epic Monday night showdown that looks to have earth-shattering potential. Who will be victorious? Let's look to a video game and find out. The Vikings march into Philadelphia ready to steamroll the Eagles. After a spectacular performance last week against the Packers, Cook is ready to step back into the kitchen and whip up one of his specialties. In the same breath, Cousins didn't exactly have the greatest of games last week, but I'm sure he'll turn things around. The Vikings win the coin toss and elect to receive, bringing the ball back out for a decent return.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Don't tell me what to do. All right, let's get things started. Ugh, seriously? Okay, attempt number 2. Nice. In a repeat of last week, Cook single-handedly leads the Vikings up the field, his godly physique shedding tackles aside in an unstoppable quest for the end zone. Brimming with confidence, the Vikings even try their hand at the passing game.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
Perfection. Fucking excuse me? Are you serious, Philadelphia?
So not successful there on the challenge.
That's what I thought. Yard by yard, Minnesota drives the ball ever closer. There's no stopping the will of the man they call Cook. Get ready, Cousins. It's your turn to shine.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted.
Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me? Whew. Okay, at least the penalty keeps him out of the end zone. Now we get to see what Hurts can do. I'm starting to sense a pattern. Come on, Za'Darius, you were an absolute stud last week. What's wrong with you? Guided by the hands of the zebras, the Eagles chew up clock. Only a miracle can save the Vikings now. Which they get, a beautiful miracle fumble. Okay, Kirk, let's forget about the last drive. Just use that $35 million arm and get us across the field. Nice job. Now, let's get into that end zone. Fuck. Shit. God damn it. The world holds its breath as the Vikings face their arch nemesis, a field goal.
The kick by Joseph is good. And
Joseph shoots a laser through the uprights, and the victory parade marching band begins to warm up as the Vikings take a 3-0 lead. The game quickly devolves into a defensive battle as both sides struggle to get their offenses rolling. The Philadelphia running game turns out to be as intimidating as a paper napkin, and the Vikings discover that they're not facing one opponent but three. A porous Philadelphia defense, the referees, and the arm of a certain $35 million quarterback. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? With the clock ticking down, the Eagles' offense seems to find a spark of life just before halftime. Hurts uses his miraculous legs to eat away yardage, but stuck at their own 40 with only 15 seconds left, the Eagles are going to need a miracle to get into scoring range. And with his wimpy noodle arm, there's no way that Hurts could... Bruh. He did it, didn't he? The second half of play starts with an incredibly sloppy fumble. By magical Madden coding, Harrison Smith gets the balls and the Vikings are about to...
so that one overturned.
Are you kidding me with this shit? The sloppiness continues with yet another fumble which gets magically sucked back into the hands of a Philadelphia player, and they're forced to settle for a field goal. With time quickly escaping, the Vikings drive back down the field. Nothing can stop them this time. They will make it into that end zone even if they have to move hell and earth to do it. Cook bowls his way forwards for a 9-yard gain, and the Vikings are looking to capitalize. Or the rest can call a holding penalty. That works too. With the end of the game so tantalizingly close, the Eagles' defense begins to stiffen, and the Vikings must rely on the arm of the $35 million man.
You blew it!
The interception turns out to be the last gasp of life for the Vikings. The Eagles manage to run out the clock, and the game ends in a dismal 10-3 loss. Kirk's 3 costly interceptions turned out to be the highlight of the game, and his 34.5 passer rating stands as a magnificent altar for his $35 million paycheck. As a fun fact, if a quarterback spikes the ball every time, his rating would be higher than Cousins.
You like that?
Yikes. The Vikings fall to 1-1, and as of this moment, Madden remains undefeated in its predictions. Sorry, Vikings fans. I really did try.